Alastair Campbell has warned the BBC about its handling of the story surrounding one of its presenters that allegedly paid a teenager for explicit images after it was revealed to be renowned anchor Huw Edwards. Alastair Campbell, former Downing Street Director of Strategy and Communications under Tony Blair, has weighed in on the BBC presenter scandal, warning the broadcaster about its coverage of the fallout. The 66-year-old journalist took to Twitter to defend Huw Edwards yesterday, after he was revealed to be the BBC host who had allegedly paid a teenager more than £35,000 for explicit photographs. His wife Vicky Flind broke the news on his behalf while he continues to be in hospital, explaining her husband suffers from serious mental health issues, and that he will respond to the claims once he feels well enough to do so. On Twitter last night, Alastair wrote in view of his 1 million followers, memo to the BBC. Stop playing the game your enemies want you to. Relegate the Huw story so low down the bulletins it disappears. Lead them on the story of a former PM who said he would hand over all his texts to an inquiry, failing to do so in defiance of a court order, which is what you should have done earlier in the week. On his Twitter feed, Alastair repeatedly pointed out that a more pressing story is that former Prime Minister Boris Johnson has still not handed over his WhatsApp messages from before May 2021 despite being ordered by the High Court to do so. Alastair also pointed out Huw's mental health struggles, referring to an interview he did with the BBC star for Men's Health UK. To those saying he is playing the mental health card, I suggest you take a long hard look in the mirror and ask what kind of person you really are, he tweeted. When the news first broke that Huw was the previously unnamed presenter, Alastair defended the journalist, describing him as a superb broadcaster, like virtually everyone else. I know absolutely nothing about the events that have led to the statement by Huw Edwards' wife, he tweeted. But I do know that he is a superb broadcaster. I know too that he has a long history of depression. He and I have spoken about it often, including in an interview for at Men's Health UK shortly before the Queen's death, which he covered so brilliantly. Precisely because he is both well-known and well-liked, he is the perfect target for those who would undermine and indeed would like to destroy the BBC. Nobody should help them. The police having said no action to be taken. Whatever he did or did not do is a matter for him and his family, and for the BBC. In a later tweet he added, I hope he is getting good care and wish it was available to all who struggle with their mental health. The revelation that the previously unnamed presenter is Huw came shortly after the Metropolitan Police stated there was no information to indicate that a criminal offence has been committed.